Next at 133. And really the Cinderella story is out of Lock Haven, South Plainfield, New Jersey. And that's Billy Ashnault, freshman. One of 4 true freshmen for Lock Haven. Third fastest pin in Lock Haven history at 35 seconds. That's going to work in a hurry.
It certainly is.
And Pitt will send out Jimmy Conroy, sophomore, South Plainfield, New Jersey, high school teammates. Who knew?
Well, this was obviously something that happened in the wrestling room quite a bit when they were teammates. This one probably a little more than maybe the potential starting position was back then, although you know what, that was probably big matchups at that point in time. So
again, if you look at New Jersey, I mean, there's so many kids that come into Pennsylvania. They're in tournaments together, and same with Ohio as well. So you can't really be surprised that you know, these teams are shopping in New Jersey on a regular basis.
Well, last I checked, there were a lot of people in New Jersey, so you're going to find some that can wrestle, and you know, that area, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and those kinds of areas, just a pretty good place to find some decent decent athletes all the way around. Nice scramble there. End up going out of bounds, staying neutral.
Conroy in white, Ashnault in the maroon there, just so you know, on screen. Conroy backed up Drew Headley a year ago. We'll see him coming up after the break. All-American in 2005. One of the big guys out of Waynesboro, 141. Pitt's got 4 kids in the finals. West Virginia 5 and Edinburgh has 6. We saw Ashnault a couple of weeks ago. He was in the matchup with Penn State. Lock Haven didn't fare too well, but Ashnault is a guy that really Rocky Bonomo is going to build that program around. Really exciting looking young talent.
Well, and like everything else, you know, when you get down to this part of the season, it's making sure you're wrestling well now, and you get a chance to learn a lot of things as the year goes along. Here we got a kind of a single leg and a whizzer, and no points being awarded anywhere yet. Nice tight scramble. Just really good positioning by both wrestlers as they kind of work to maintain angles and giving nobody a real opportunity to score at that point in time, and end up back neutral again.
Ashnault shocked everybody with a win over Rick Dubel, who was one of the favorites, wasn't he, here at 133?
Well, he was the #1 seed, and you know, if Edinburgh had maybe some spot that wasn't as bright in the way things were going, it was probably that match right there, because you know, certainly Dubel was certainly the favorite in that match.
Ashnault decision him 8-6, and then came back and won a 13-6 decision against Rob LeBrake. Conroy got by Jason Guffey of Bloom, and then Josh Palavadika from Cleveland State.
Clear that, clear it.
You know, just part of the fact of both being pretty young and both knowing each other pretty well. It's not like they're going to surprise each other a whole heck of a lot while they're out here.
We have Rocky Bonomo on headsets. Let's listen in here as we count down the final 10 seconds of this opening period.
Billy's doing a great job for us. Being unseeded, coming in here, having to run into the #1 seed in this tournament, and beating him in overtime showed a lot of heart. We're real impressed with Billy. He's just continued to get better every time he steps on the mat, and it's just showing in this tournament. He's wrestling his best when it counts right now, so he's looking good. It's a good position for him on top.
Is he better on top than bottom, Rock?
Yeah, you know, he's come a long way. He could not get off the bottom early on in the year, and now he's pretty good. Now the Conroy kid's very good on top. He needs to build up here. Come on, Billy, base it up, build up, build up. Shoot. Okay, well, here we go. He's in trouble. There you go. Good job. Get your shot here. Get your shot in. Get your hook. Go, lock. No, pull him in. Billy, pull him in. Work him in. Get back in there. Lock and build. Wrestle here, Billy. Wrestle. He's got to base up here. Got to wrestle on the edge now, because you only need 1 foot. 1 foot or arm or appendage in for the wrestling to continue to go.
Just like football, man. You just keep that foot in there.
Yeah. Billy's doing a great job. I'm gonna take these sets off, man, if that's okay with you guys.
No problem. Yeah, you got your guy right in the middle of this fire.
Stressing out.
No problem.
Thanks. Take care.
Rocky Bonomo, the head coach at Lock Haven.
He stayed remarkably cool during that little flurry over there.
He was
that
all
was
right.
pretty impressive there. There's no doubt about that.
Well, again, he knocked off Dubel, the #1 seed here at 133. This is big stuff here.
Nice shot of getting him on that single leg. Conroy doing a good job of just keeping his hip over the top of him. Trying to pin his head down, keep his shoulders down. What Ashnault's trying to do there is either one of two things. He's going to work an angle to get to the corner a little bit more, put pressure on that side, or he's going to try to pop him straight up in the air. And Conroy did a good job of countering. Just a collar tie, and you kind of call it like a baseball tie, attempt at a Russian tie up. And to score at this level, you have to be able to move your feet. You have to move feet to get some of the angles to the corner. Guys are not going to move for you. There's a nice job of that by Conroy, and just taking a step one way and creating a little bit of space and coming back in for a shot on that side.
Final seconds here of the second. It's anybody's match right now, 133. Billy Ashnault from South Plainfield, New Jersey. And Rocky Bonomo, he was going to be on headsets throughout this match, but he has elected to take those off with us right now to get his young guy home.
Well,
he is fired. I think he's ready to get a singlet on himself and come out here and help out.
You know what? He could probably still win a lot of matches. He was pretty good.
One of the all-time greats in the EWL at Bloomsburg. In the Bloomsburg Hall of Fame himself, and now he's getting Lockhaven back and rolling again. There he is right there.
Ashnault now just needs to get a little movement on the bottom. Conroy kind of in a tight waist and kind of hanging under both of his arms, looking to make a mistake. Now, the question is, he does put a leg in, tries that cross body ride, and the question is, from the referee's standpoint, is he really working at getting some angles and taking some risks out there, or is he hanging on? And right now, Ashnault is doing a favor for him because he's not moving a whole heck of a lot himself. Now, I know he's a little concerned about trying to create space as he gets up, but what he needs here is to get out. 41 seconds of riding time now for Conroy.
They're going to put him on the bottom, put him right off that scoring position right there. Down 2-1 is Ashnault right now. We'll have action at 141 and 149 coming up after the break. We're watching coverage of the Eastern Wrestling League Championships from the historic Fitzgerald Fieldhouse at the University of Pittsburgh.
Well, does a nice job, nice stand-up. Conroy does a nice job of getting his hip in there and putting him back to the mat. This is the match right here. This is the last minute of the match, just getting into a minute of riding time for Conroy. So now not only Ashnault has got to get out, but he's got to account for that riding time in some way, which continues to build now. He's going to have to get out and get a takedown to win.
In case you're joining us, if you make the final of the EWL, you automatically qualify for the NCAA tournament. And you can be an All-American if you finish 1 through 8. Not a bad way to go.
Well, the key in finishing 1 through 8 the NCAA tournament is obviously you have to get into it. And this is obviously the first part of that. And Conroy just really being pretty dominant on top here. Ashnault not doing a lot to create some space, needs to come up a little bit. I realize he's a little bit concerned about getting turned. But instead of really working to not get turned, now he's going to end up losing this match 3-1.
At the riding time, the riding point, Conroy with a 3-1 victory against Billy Ashnault, who knocked off the #1 seed, Rick Dubel of Edinburgh, and got it all the way to the final.